Hey guys, welcome back to another video tutorial by me, Cwtch, for League of Legends. After the first video, you now know the basics of playing the game, such as how to win, movement, skills and items. In this video I'm going to be discussing about the laning phase of the game, and how you should go about succeeding in that lane. Okay, when you first start off at low levels, this is generally the lane compositions. You'll have 2 champions go in top lane, 2 champions go bottom lane, and 1 champion mid. When you first start off, it doesn't really matter which lane you go to, other than an ability powered champion going middle lane. Ability powered champions, or AP champions, usually go mid because that lane is closest to the blue golem in the jungle which spawns here. The AP champs take them because all their damage comes from their abilities, and the blue buff increases mana regen and reduces cooldowns. However, lower level players don't grab this buff early game that much, it's just something which is adopted from high level play. As for the other lanes, it doesn't really matter what champions lane in them at low level play. However, sometimes you'll come across a player who says he is going to jungle. This means he will be leveling off of the neutral monster camps which spawn in the jungle. This benefits the team because it means that you can have 2 solo lanes that get more XP because they are soloing. However, players who jungle have usually got prior knowledge of how to do it and are experienced. This can potentially damage a team at low level because it could mean that your solo lane will be laning against 2 players if the enemy team opts not to have a jungler. So now I've babbled on about who should go to what lane, let's jump in game and I'll discuss how you should go about winning your lane.
Okay, so we're in game now, and as you can see I'm already in lane and the creeps are already here. I bought a Doran's ring, which just gives me some nice ability power and health. Because this is a bot game, you can see Leona's in lane with me, but I'm still just gonna go over the basics with you. So what she's doing there is generally not what you want to do straight away. Your first priority, so this is one of your first objectives, is the last hit. So try and last hit like that. As you can see, when I don't last hit, I don't get the gold. So in order to maximise your gold, to get the best items you possibly can, you want to be last hitting. And as you can see, Leona's trying to trade off with Ryze, and she's losing a lot of health. So the second objective then is, to try and explain what Leona's doing, is harass and to try and push the opposing player out of lane. If you manage to push them out of lane, then that's obviously reducing their time getting creeps and getting their creep score up. The way you can check your creep score is if you press the tab button, you have your creep scores down the far right hand side by there. So we want to get the best items we possibly can, so our first and major priority in lane is to get that creep score really high. So when we get into late game, if your creep score is better than the opposing player in your lane, then you've got better items than them and you're stronger. So that's generally a pretty big indicator as to who's won the lane. So as you can see now, I'm on the tower and I'm whittling away. So Ryze is back now, so I don't want to get caught by Ryze underneath the tower, because that could potentially lead to the tower attacking me and it doing loads of damage. So I'm just going to try and get some harass off while I continue to last hit. And as you can see, I took a tower hit there, right back straight out. So as you can see, our second objective, harassing, trying to push him out of lane, that's what I'm doing now. I haven't got a creep wave, so I'm just going to drop behind this creep wave here, because the bots don't really think for themselves very much. Leona's taking a lot of damage, so just going to go back to last hitting again, continue to try and catapult myself ahead of Ryze, but Leona's going to go in, so I'm going to go in as well. I'm going to try and get a bind off. It's going to miss though, I've got caught by Ryze. Just going to go back to last hitting. Okay, some of the spells. So what ones have I got, what are the options, when should I use them, how can I not waste them? I'm going to be going over these briefly now. Just going to buy some more items first, and then we're going to go back to lane. Okay, so I'm going to go to top because it's probably the best way to show you how to use this. Nunu's just running. Run, Nunu! No, don't turn back! So, okay, Nunu's dead. So I'm going to go up, just try and keep them off. So when should you use your summoner spells? Okay, basically, if you think you're going to get a kill, then it's good to use it. If you don't think you're going to get a kill, then save them for another time. If you're going to die, okay, so I'm confident I'm going to get fiddlesticks, so I'm going to flash now. I'm going to And then I'm going to turn and ignite Ash because she's going to drop because she's much weaker than me. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the kill, so as you can see I use my flash and I use my ignite. However, your flash is quite risky to use that because it's sort of a defense mechanism for yourself. So for instance, if you get caught, you can use it to get out of sticky situations. I use my ignite. Ignite's a very good way to secure a kill. If they're going to get away, then you can pop her on them and it does a bit of damage over time depending on what level you are. It's also good for a champion that heals themselves because it reduces the healing effects on the champion it's used on by 50%, so half. That's really big. So for instance, Yi middle lane, he's got his W which heals himself, Soraka's got her heal, Mundo's got his heal, so they're pretty good targets to use them on when you get to late game for team fights. However, at the start it doesn't really matter who it's used on. I've got a minion again, I'm landing these very well today. So I'm not going to tower dive him, I'm not confident. But yeah, so my summon heals are down now, and as you can see they're very long cooldowns, so that's generally why you just want to use them if you're in a sticky situation or you're going to get a kill, because if you're not going to do any of those things then it's probably not worth you using them at all. Just because of the long cooldowns, so it's better to keep it for a tight spot. Okay, so I'm going to talk about ganks now, and generally what is a gank? A gank is someone coming from another lane to kill your lane, or you go into another lane to kill them, and that is called a gank. So I'm pushed up quite far here now, and he's going to overextend again, so I'm going to try and kill him. Put my ignite down because I'm pretty confident that we're going to kill him. Yeah, and the ignite's going to finish him off. So Lux is quite content to keep pushing here, so I'm going to go up to the top lane now and try and help my buddy out top lane because he is 1v2. So if you've got a jungle, and the jungle isn't really ganking that much, which they should be, then try and help them out by going top. So I'm going to try and pick Nasus off now because I'm pretty confident in my skills that I can manage to do that on my level as well. Yeah, so he's overextending now. I'm going to capitalise on this and I'm going to kill him. There you go, Nasus. Oh, Wukong, it's a BM. So yeah, so as you can see now I'm going to capitalise on that one while I'm up here. I'm going to push this tower. Wukong being a bit too overzealous. Going to use the creep waves though. Going to try and get these last hits, but it's not going well so far. Okay, so I'm going to keep pressuring this tower. Lux is still mid, so it's fine, I don't have to go back. But generally at this point, when you're in a game, if you have come up to gank or you've gone to a lane to gank, it's better to play safe. Like, don't risk it. Don't risk tower diving for a gank, because you've helped the top, like whichever lane you've gone to, you've helped them out by pushing the champions out of lane or the enemy champions out of lane. So just go back to your lane if the champion you're laning against is pushing back hard against you. So I'm going to try and catch you out now. So yeah, he's not really moving. I'm going to use my ultimate. You ain't going nowhere, sunshine. So got the kill, back in lane, go back to last hit in. Okay, so I'm going to quickly talk to you about warding now. I've got 2 wards, and generally you want to ward so you can get vision of an area, and knowledge is power, as they say. If you can keep a track of where the enemies are, then it allows you to counter what they're doing or what they're trying to do. So we've talked about ganking, and now I'm going to ward this brush by here, because this allows me to see anyone coming from top lane into my lane, and therefore I can stop them ganking me. I can respond. So if there's 2 of them, I can just drop, or if they're coming to try and kill me with just one of them, then perhaps I can try and take them on 1v1. And the same for bottom lane as well. I'm going to try and keep them off my tower here a second, and just going to keep them off my tower, and I'm going to ward this bottom brush here as well. So as you can see on the mini map now, I've got vision of here and here, and now I can see anyone coming from top lane to gank me and bottom lane, so I'm covered for 3 minutes, and I don't have to fear death, basically. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to address now is, when does the laning phase finish? Now, there isn't really a set time for when the laning phase finishes. It's just generally when teams start to group up, and that could be at any point during the game. So generally, after I've killed this tower here, I'm going to push my minion wave back, and then I'm free to roam and go to any other lane, because I don't want to keep pressure in this mid lane, because I'm susceptible to ganks for people coming down. So I've pushed this lane up now, and this is where I can start roaming, and this is where like the objectives come into it that I have been talking about, and also helping out your other lanes as well. So as you can see, Tristana's sitting on the tower, she's nowhere near my tower, so I'm taking this time now to help out my fellow comrade in top lane. Okay, so helped him out. Just gonna sit here and push towers, because that's how we win the game, remember? So he's going back now, so I can cover his lane for him. He's not going to be too mad that I'm going to be taking his creeps and his money.
As always guys, thanks for checking out this video. I hope this helps new players to the game, and I've tried to make it so that after the first video learning the basics, this video takes it on to the next stage of playing against other champions and players and how you should go about doing well. If you like this video and all of League of Legends, then check out www.efrags.co.uk, which has an awesome league community as well as other games. This is Cwtch signing off, see you next time.